Hello everyone, it's your bud. In today's video we will be talking about Tamiyo from Magic the Gathering, a Soratami Planeswalker from the plane of Kamigawa, the plane also known as the River of the Gods or the Spirit River, with two domains of both mortals and kami living on either side of an ever-thinning veil. The Soratami, translated to Skyfolk in Japanese, but known as Moonfolk in Magic of the Gathering, are a race of humanoids with blue-gray skin and are blue-aligned. They're slim and have long ears that wrap over their heads. They're capable of flight and dwell in great floating palaces in the clouds where they watch from above, mostly indifferent to the surface folk. They spend their time in study of high magic and have some of the most powerful and learned mages living in the plane. Amongst them is Tamiyo, a seeker of truth and knowledge with a commitment to not interfere, only to observe. Made a planeswalker when the field's scholar spark ignited, she seeks to travel and learn from each plane, only to then return home to her husband, parents, and children with new tales to tell, before she places her scrolls filled with knowledge of her travels in the great libraries of her people in the floating palaces in the clouds. Though constantly seeking only to observe and to refrain from any interference, she has had trouble maintaining this commitment when she has found herself trapped in unfavorable planes, once even attacked by a god and forced to join in rebellion against Bolas with other planeswalker allies. She will do all in her power to keep herself from that path, but she has shown on occasion that she will get involved to protect what she believes in. This has been shown in her journeys to the plains of Innistrad and even Ravnica. The stories that Tamiyo's knowledge is written in are more than just stories, they're sources of magical power for her, and 3 of these tales are wrapped in iron bands, bound by a promise Tamiyo made to never open them again. The other 9 she uses as her catalysts and draws upon their power to cast her spells. Amongst the 3 bound scrolls are those of the story of Sarah's Realm, a story of a white-aligned human planeswalker with an affinity for angels, who was worshipped as a deity and even created her own plane known as Sarah's Realm, which she herself collapsed in defiance to the Phyrexian threat to deny them her territory, collapsing her plane while saving its inhabitants. Another of these bound scrolls Tamiyo carries, which is locked up, is one that was tampered with by the evil Emrakul for an unknown purpose, one of the terrible Eldrazi, and as such will remain bound by the Ring of Iron as long as Tamiyo can keep it. The flying moonfolk living in their floating palaces in the sky have many treasures, but out of all they have, Tamiyo must be their greatest. For a culture so driven and determined to master high magic arts, the Planeswalker Tamiyo's return must be a great event. Every journey concludes with Tamiyo's return, bringing new scrolls filled with her research and observations from new planes, and new stories to listen to. When Tamiyo went to the plane of Innistrad, she was interested in learning the power of both the moon and its relationship to the vampires and werewolves, and she spent much time poring over books in the study of Genric's tower. Made with mortar mixed with sand from the beach, it sparkled in the moonlight. In his tower on the small sliver of beach in Nephalia on the plain of Innistrad, this was the place where he would lock himself away, cutting himself off from the rest of society to conduct his work of studying the stars and tracking the path of the moon across the heavens. And in this place, Tamiyo learned much. Tamiyo was in Innistrad during the time when Avacyn, the archangel and central figure of worship in the Church of Innistrad, was freed from her prison, giving humanity the hope for survival, and with her arrival the return of many magical creatures and other phenomenon were observed by Tamiyo, and written in the scrolls to be told to her husband and family later upon her return. Tamiyo is blue, but also white and green, and like all other moonfolk, she is capable of flight. The plane of Kamigawa is split into 5 different lands, one for each of the colors of magic, and each protected by a dragon spirit. If you'd like to know more about that, then just let me know and I can make a video for the plane. Tamiyo is known as Tamiyo the Collector of Tales. Tamiyo Field Researcher, and Tamiyo the Moon Sage, of which I think the most fitting title is the Moon Sage, whether to denote her position in her people of the Moonfolk, or simply to show the powers and object of her study. This blue, white, and green Planeswalker is now one of my new favorites. Well, thanks for watching everyone. What did you think of Tamiyo? I'm going to try to keep this video short for a couple reasons. First of all, because my health is bad as usual, and second of all, because I couldn't find much lore on her, and I don't think there's going to be too much art for her, but I will do my best to see what I can find, so I'm going to try to keep this video short and sweet. I like her rules of not interfering and just observing, although observation in reality is interference. You can't observe something without being part of it. There's only so much that can be done about it, and having a commitment to interfere as little as possible is something that I find admirable. I think that Tamiyo's purpose of researching and bringing back scrolls for her people is very similar to the purpose this channel serves to me and to you, to keep me searching for new tales to return with to tell my family, or in this case, subscribers. And each new world I visit through a book or screen, I'll always try to remember the best parts and to share the story with you. Tamiyo is a mage after my own heart. So thanks for watching everyone, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, then please leave this video a like. A like helps me choose my future content. Subscribe for daily videos. I make at least one video every single day. No matter how much chaos is going on in the world, I'll strive to always bring you something new to think about each and every day. And leave any questions or suggestions in the comments below, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Thanks for watching everyone, have a great day. See you tomorrow.